Shade 45. I got Nipsey Hussle up in this bitch.
Yeah. What up?
Man, it's good. Yo, bro. This is the first time we've had you on the show. This is awesome.
Thank y'all for having me, man. Happy to be here.
Well, I feel like it took too long, so my apologies.
No, it's all good. I've been low. I've been working for a while too, so I'm partly to blame for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, how do you do? How does that work for you? Can you sell and create at the same time?
Yeah, I can. At this project though, I wanted to just stop everything and just do music. You know what I'm saying? And focus on just being an artist. So for this project, I really wasn't multitasking as much as I would be able to normally, just because it was my first official album. It was a new deal. It was a lot riding on this music, so I wanted to zero all the way in.
So this is your first official album?
Yeah, first debut album. Everything else been like street albums, indie releases, mixtapes. I never made music in the vein of this is mixtape music. Yeah. But, you know, for the term, yeah, this is my first album for sure.
That's kind of crazy?
Definitely crazy.
Because when I think of you, and I don't even mean this as a slight, like I felt like you were the beginning of the new wave of LA. Right. Yeah, I think, you know, I was an artist that made my lane outside of the existing lane in LA. Like it was a death row mechanism. Yep. It was an aftermath mechanism, and then you know, every now and again you got some out of state resources that tapped into LA artistry, but the path we took was you know, we went out the trunk in LA. You know what I mean? And we built it like that. So I think that to say I was like one of the first of the new, I think I was one of the first to not utilize the existing models on the West, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of like try to create our own. Because LA's so big, do you think, well, I take that back. LA's one of the few, like New York sound like a lot of, they're heavily influenced by the South. While LA's one of the few markets where y'all still sound like where you're from.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Is it because there's 10 million people that you can sell to here and not worry about it?
I think that definitely has something to do with people making music that got so much hometown pride and so much identity. Yeah. Because we know we can go platinum in Cali, and that's happened traditionally by artists that, for lack of a better term, preach to the choir. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, speak to the culture of this place, because we know the numbers out here. We know how many people it is, and we could just exist in that space. But I think it's all in the artist's goals. Like me, I want my music and my brand to always belong to LA. Right. I don't want it to only be consumable in LA and only relatable to West Coast culture. I want it to be understandable and consumable to everybody, but belong to the coast, you know?
Yeah, so you want to be accepted by everybody.
Yeah, just like
on your own terms.
I don't want to make a product or a piece of music that is restrictive. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be able to be like, yeah, that's some LA rap for sure. That's from the coast, but you know, if you're not a fan of G-Funk, you can still tap in.
Can you tell? Is your ear trained where you can tell, like, oh, he's from this neighborhood, he's from that area?
In terms of LA artists, yeah, hell yeah. If they say the keywords, it's keywords you're gonna say that's gonna let you know where you from in LA. Like in Chicago, they wear their hats a certain way, right? And we'll never catch that as LA or people from other regions. Yeah. But a Chicago person, you walk in the room with your hat broke off a certain way, they gonna understand the communication. So yeah, it's like words that people from certain tribes in LA would never say. Like I would never say crab. Right. That's how you disrespect Crips. Right. So if you heard, or I would never say like certain lingo that we just don't use in our community. You know what I mean?
It's crazy to see how that has kind of spread into mainstream. Like I know a young woman that went to who studied medieval fantasy, and she does CC when she types. I'm like, damn. I'm like, wow. I was like, damn, fuck, medieval fantasies doing CC.
Nah, to that point too, bro. I went to Tokyo a while ago, and it woke me up to how the culture of gangbanging has been exported worldwide. You know what I'm saying? And just the culture of the street culture of LA has been exported.
That's got to be crazy, because you know, Japan, they got the Yakuza. Their gang's pretty fucking. They're wild as fuck.
100%. I don't know how active they were as far as street shit. I just know that they was wearing blue rags and had tattoos and was riding in lowriders. So
no shit.
Just the look of it and like, you know, some of the traditions they definitely import. I hope they don't import the killing. You know what I mean? I hope they leave that where it's at.
They'll probably chill that shit
hopefully. Out. You know what I'm saying? Honestly though, we laughing. That's my. If I was to have any objection to people banging LA gangs in other cities, it would be don't import the killing, because y'all gonna open a can of worms you can't control when you start training these young dudes to hate Bloods,
right?
Because they block so-called Crip block, and this niggas start dying behind it. Now somebody gonna miss their homeboy forever, and it's real.
Yeah,
and you can't just say I'm cool no more. So that's the part I'll be like, you know, be careful with that shit.
It's like a tool. You kind of be.
I mean, yeah, to some people, it's a lifestyle. It's a culture that exists in LA. That's why when you got a person from LA or Chicago that represent gang culture or come from gang culture, most of the time it was honest. They got involved in an honest way. You know, it wasn't like a attention or they want to be a part of something that look cool on YouTube. It was going on outside their house or in their house.
It was ubiquitous in their neighborhood, and therefore this is just something that you're doing. This isn't. They didn't go seek this out.
Nah, definitely not. And even in addition to that, the age that they made their decisions at to be involved was so young, and so the mindset was so vulnerable and impressionable at them ages. You know, and then they just got to ride out the decision as they grow up and get a little bit more aware of what's going on and how this is a lot self-destructive, and it's like you committed already. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different path that lead a person in the LA hood to choose a gang lifestyle than in other areas. You know,
if I was stuck to having to the shit that I thought was awesome when I was 15,
you feel what I'm saying?
Like now,
and you had to ride that out the whole time.
I don't think there's not a lot of shit that I still like. You know what I mean?
Right. And even like you got young dudes that start banging when they're 11, and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They whole identity as a human being exists as a member, and they don't have no identity outside of that.
Yeah.
Especially as an adult. So like, you know, just to like my point of being in LA, you come to that in a different way.
How do you? Has anybody ever hollered at you like, how the fuck do I get out of this? Has anybody ever asked you that?
You know, it's crazy. Never was a convo like direct, literally, how do I get out of this? It always been like, you know, I'm going through something. It's fucked up for me right now. I'm on bail and it's bad, and you know what I mean? I'm on the run for this, and you know, if I beat this case, I'm about to get serious, and it always be the type of convos. It never be a straightforward, how do I get out of this life?
What do you say to them when they're saying these things to you?
Man, it's really hard to give like blanket advice.
Right.
I said that before, but
yeah,
my way of dealing with that is like I try to let my demonstration speak.
Right.
Because if you look at what I'm doing, I'm trying to figure my way out of that environment. Since I was 17, 18, you know, doing music was always where I put my chips on. That outside of what's going on in the streets, I'm a bank on music and entrepreneurism, but primarily music. So
I really like what you did. It was a few years ago where you did the 1,000 copies for $100. Yeah. You tapped into something. This is I can get on my phone right now. I can have anything I want. Mm-hmm. I can have toothpaste and some shoes ordered to me. It'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
And what you did was you created a sense of just there wasn't a lot of shit.
Scarcity.
A sense of scarcity.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that?
Man, it was a combination of things. Honestly, one of them was like I had turned down a deal at that time, and I knew that if I took that deal, I was gonna be in a great position.
Yeah.
But it was reasons why I, you know, for the team and just outside of myself that, you know, it was an honorable thing to do was not take the opportunity at that time.
Why was that?
Well, just because I had commitments I made to my team,
right,
and I wouldn't be able to honor them fully if I took that situation. You know what I mean? But I realized that my next move, since I didn't take that deal, gotta be to the level that deal would have put me on or above it.
Right.
So I was thinking in a critical mindset from jump, and then really I thought about video games, and like I don't know if anybody ever went to like Target or Toys R Us and seen like they might have a video game regular $59.99. Then they got another version that come with a headset It's $99.99. Then they got a version that's $199 that come with the book, the headset, all of these things.
Yeah.
And I just thought about the psychology behind that. You got some fans that are so in tune with the game that they want to sit in a chair, they want their headset so they can talk shit on the internet.
Right.
And you got music fans that are engaged to that degree. And so I was like, that's never really been done in music effectively. They always give you a shirt that you don't care about, that you're never gonna wear, that's gonna shrink when you wash it.
Right.
And just like the direct consumer approach was really, really throwaway. It wasn't nothing that anybody ever brought value to or, put priority on. And so from that thought process, it led me to reading a book called Contagious, hear about this $100 cheesesteak that this restaurant created in Philly that made everybody start talking.
Right.
And so it was just a combination of like information I drew from different places. And honestly, like I got a mentor by the name of Big Bob. And he put me on the book Contagious, which had the story about the $100 cheesesteak.
Yeah.
And just the convos me and Bob had, we talk about branding, we talk about just how to set yourself aside, how to distinguish yourself. And yeah, it wasn't no one thing. It was like a combination of all of that at once led to us coming up with the campaign of selling Crenshaw's a $100 CD.
Yeah.
But it wasn't no one decision. It was like a
you just kind of watching and studying.
Yeah, a combination of things.
That you know that like Grey Goose was, I think it was a failed wine company, and they didn't know which way to go with it, and they saw that Absolute was wrecking everybody. Absolute was cracking skulls.
Right.
And so they're like, we can't compete with them, so we'll just raise the price, and suddenly there's a
premium vodka.
There's a premium vodka.
Right.
We no longer have to compete with
right.
fucking Absolute.
And same concept, honestly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a way to distinguish yourself, and you got to justify the price markup though.
So what did you do to justify the price markup?
Well, number one, I gave it to you early if you bought it.
Okay.
So we did a pop-up shop the night before it was released.
Okay.
So if you was that in tune, you could spend $100 and hear the album in full from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. until it dropped on the internet the next day. So you automatically had a exclusivity period. And then outside of that, it was a concert that you couldn't buy tickets to. You had to have the Proud to Pay signed, numbered copy. And it was only 1,000 copies, only 1,000 seats. So it was no way to cheat that.
Right.
And then also it was like it was to be able to participate in like a rebellious act. And this is hip hop, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that's in the spirit of hip hop to, break the machine and break the system and like rebel against protocol and do things your way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I got to the pop-up shop, it was a line around the corner to begin with, and
did you ever doubt? Were you ever like, man, I hope this works?
Well, I was like, I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
I was just curious to see how effective I could mobilize people to like say, this is what I want y'all to do, and here's where we do it at, and see how many people off of that tweet and off of that internet call to action, how many people responded.
What kind of leverage do you think that gave you? Well, look, you had one deal, you turned it down, and then now you have another deal. What kind of leverage did that give you after being able to complete that?
I just think that, it's a crowded marketplace.
Yeah.
It's full of rappers. It's full of artists. It's full of like, just musicians. So I think it was just a instance of me distinguishing myself. And it also happened to be in the direction of what I represent. My name, Nipsey Hussle. You know what I mean? And so it wasn't just like a outside the spectrum move. It was something that is consistent with what I've been repping and what I've been branding myself as. So I think that it's hard to like say it gave me this much value in the deal, but I definitely know that my opinion is valued. And my input and my marketing opinion is now on record as being successful. And so when I go into a meeting, my input counts.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
And
I do.
I, not to cut you off, I've been in situations where it was like, just make music, bro. Chill out. We got this. Go make the songs, And that's not, for some artists that's good, I'm not that type of artist. My brain don't work that way, whether it's to my benefit or work against me, just that's not how my brain works. I think in like 360, like if I'm selling the coffee, I'm thinking about the cup. I'm gonna think about the little heat protector, because all that is a part of the experience. And so I can't just isolate the music and not think about the marketing and how we're gonna communicate this to the public.
You can do a book too, huh?
Definitely, yes. We put the pre-sale order up today. I was just checking your book out. We was chopping off air just about, the book business, but yeah, definitely. I just dropped the link today.
That's what's up. What's the link if people want to check it out?
It's called IamProudToPay.com. And so that's the website where the original Crenshaw CD was sold, where the Mailbox Money CD was sold. So all the Proud to Pay products will exist on the I Am Proud to Pay site. It's only 3 of them right now, but we're going to continue to build on that.
What made you want to do the book?
Man, just honestly, I look at the Marathon series. I got a mixtape called The Marathon. I got another one called The Marathon Continues, and the album called Victory Lap. So I looked at it like Godfather. You got Godfather 1 that came out probably 10, 15 years. I don't know how long before Godfather 2, maybe 5 years, 3 years, I don't know. And then Godfather 3 came out years later. So they was all individual products with individual marketing. But then when the trilogy was complete, you could go in and buy a box set now. And you could buy the Godfather box set with 1, 2, and 3 in the book and the behind the scenes and the director's cut and all of this extra content that revolved around the making of this classic. Yeah. So I just wanted to take that approach to the Marathon as a music trilogy, and represent it as a box set and let the album complete the trilogy. And I got a ton of content, pictures, interviews, just dope, like I said, content that that'll be inside the book.
That's dope.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hardcover?
Yeah, like a coffee table type of that's what we aiming at. Something you could throw it in condo on the coffee table that's like dope to look at. Glossy.
Limited numbers, 1,000 signed.
Yeah.
Numbered.
Yeah.
Hard copies.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
I'm right there with you. It's like I think a lot of cats are like, oh, I'm an artist, and like, yo, that's dope, but like, you gotta sell it. You know what I mean? You gotta. Making art. Like, there's a lot of dope artists that no one's heard of because they have no business acumen.
And it's only so long you can make art for free. You're gonna run out. You're gonna have to go tap into, livelihood at some point. So
yeah,
that's the fear of every artist, that they had to go work and not be able to do their art, and just they had to just exist as somebody that spend their time to pay their bills.
I mean, and I've been there. I've been on.
Me too.
I've been on television and have to go work a regular job, and the way people look at you, they're like disappointed in your life.
Man, let me tell you something. On a smaller scale, I had a big mixtape early on when I was a young nigga in the streets. Before I ever made contact with the industry, we put up posters. You know what I mean? I turned my whole shit around. I'm a rapper. Everybody in the hood knew me. I'm rapping now. And my studio got raided. They took all my equipment, you know what I mean? They put a gun case on me. So, I bail out, I get home, I ain't got no equipment. To buy my equipment, I was a teenager. I sold all my cars, my jewelry. I stopped hustling, I just invested in music. Yeah. And so I got frustrated. I went to my studio when I bailed out, all the equipment gone. I got a new case. And I'm like, man, I'm going back to the block, So I got some work, and I went on the block, and I was selling dime rocks. And I remember my homeboy, Tiny Bodie, like, Nip, your album flopped, because you back out here selling work with us, nigga. And that hurt. That shit hit me in a soft spot. And I'm like, my shit did flop. Had to, because I'm out here back on the block, right, selling dime rocks, you know what I mean? And swallowing dope, you know what I mean, when the police pull up. And so on a smaller scale, I wasn't on no television platform yet, but I felt the backslide, and that's a bad feeling.
Well, I just clown people on Johnny Jones. It's not like I was like I wasn't on Dynasty or shit like that.
I was either way it go, man. The feeling is still an uncomfortable feeling.
I remember it was the same dude. I came, I was Johnny Jones, and I came out here just trying to get on. No one gave a fuck about me, and then they was like, "So, fucking, you was on Trash TV," and I remember taking the bus, and I was on Wilshire just taking the bus. And some dude was just like, "Hey, you was on Johnny Jones?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Now you on the bus, just like me." Yeah. And I was like, "That shit." I was like,
damn, bro, you had to. That's how you introduce yourself.
Yeah,
me,
for real. I was like, that shit really stung.
I had to laugh at that. I was damn, bro.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, well played. Yeah, I guess I am on the bus like you. I ain't fun to stay on the bus, but I'm here now.
Yeah, shout out to him, man.
Yo, hey, it's motivation though, because it's like, all right, man, like you learn. You're like, okay, it's not just good enough to have it. Like, it's not just good enough to do a dope thing or.
Nah, yeah, you good as your last success, and Nobody like a motherfucker calling out their old war stories. I used to be this and do this. You got a lot of niggas in jail that got all type of pictures and stories about how they used to be balling and all that. All right, bro. I hear you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you did, bro, you in here right now. It don't even matter.
Yeah, we're all the same right now.
It don't even matter, on the real.
Nipsey, it's great to finally have you on here. It's especially you've been doing it for so long. I don't even hate on rappers because they go away.
Right.
I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
It's like hating on a cloud. That shit's gonna fucking blow away in a minute. You know what I mean?
Real shit.
And you're still doing it. You're still grinding, and it's just great to have you here, man.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
What's the song we're gonna play? Can you tell me a bit about it?
Yeah. This is the first record off the new album called Victory Lap. Again, just thinking about distinguishing yourself. We talked about that earlier, and this song just about me calling out what's different about me than my peers and my contemporaries. You know what I mean? And
what do you mean? Is it how so? Like, what do you mean?
It's not a diss record, but
okay,
it's just saying the hook is I ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas. It's called Rap Niggas, and it's just a song about the differences between myself that I seen and you know how I played my rap ambition versus what I seen other.
What did you see other cats doing?
Just you know, shameless, honorless, opportunistic. You know what I'm saying? No moral, no code, no like consistency in their moves.
Right.
And then also just like I'll do anything to make progress type of approach. That wasn't my approach, and just like, you know, even like falling out with somebody that helped you. That's why I was always iffy about, you know, doing deals with artists, because I always thought it was corny when an artist beefed with an artist he was just signed to, or, you know what I'm saying, like got money with and built with. You supposed to do that off record, bro. That's always whack to me, you know what I'm saying? So just a lot of moves, man. I see like the ambition to rap perverts a lot of people. And niggas throw their whole code out the window. They throw their whole rule book out the window to be a successful rapper and to make progress in the rap game.
Do you think that part of it is like you have a different rule book? You know what I mean? Like,
I think so. I came from a circle that had rules.
You seem like you're cut from an older cloth.
Right. I mean, you know, I come from an older brother.
Okay.
I was a little brother.
Yeah.
Everybody I hung out with was my brother friends.
Yeah.
And you know, like I lived by the code that they upheld, and I ain't even had no choice not to. I used to be a little hungry, little broke nigga trying to steal a bag of chips, and my brother like, we don't steal. Well, I'm hungry, bro, so I'm gonna steal these chips. No, you gonna get you some money and buy them chips. We don't steal. And I ain't never been a thief. You know what I'm saying? After that, because I felt that I was real. All right, fuck it. I ain't tripping on how I get the chips. I'm just hungry, and I don't like being hungry. Chips. So you gonna show me how to hustle? I'll do that, so I don't have to steal. But I'd rather just but my mission was not to be hungry. And so to have somebody to say, yeah, it's a way to do that though. It's not just by any means, bro. It's a way. We ain't thieves. We don't steal. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, coming up, I always had somebody, my big brother, to like correct whatever I went against the grain on as a younger dude. So I had somebody to answer to as far as my conduct. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So maybe that.
Like sometimes I'll be looking on Instagram and I'll be seeing these people doing this stuff to get views. Yeah. I'm like, God damn, like what does it come to? Like, I don't know.
That shit make my stomach hurt. For real, like, damn, I would hate to be in that mindset that I believe that this is real to the point that my decisions, that shit is disgusting for real.
Well, you put it on the song.
Yeah, and again, ain't no diss raises me being honest about it. It's really just a dope energy. It's aggressive rap record. You know what I mean? And that's another thing we don't get a lot of that. Like just a dope rap record. You know what I'm saying? We gonna sell an album off of a dope rap record.
Yeah.
I ain't seen that in a while either.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. No feature. It's just a dope, straightforward Nip Hussle record that speaks to a point that's true to me. You know what I'm saying? It's called Rap Niggas.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas. Hustle man, a shooter, that's a fact, nigga. 32 extendos in my Mac, nigga. Spend 1,000 on some t-shirts up at Saks, nigga. I ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas. Hustle man, a shooter, that's a fact, nigga. 32 extendos in my Mac, nigga. Spend 1,000 on some t-shirts up at Saks, nigga. V12 in the valet.